Now, one other thing we got to get to is that we have defined a lot with this page. So save and just refresh. We've defined a lot of information here. Now you see when I made that change, because I put the UL in, it just popped this out a little bit and separated it out as an unordered list. So now it'll actually know that it's an unordered list. But we haven't actually indicated that all of this is an HTML document. That's something we actually need to do. And there is an element for it called HTML that indicates that the page is being written in HTML code. So we need to always put this in our HTML documents. Whoops, and it filled that in for me, which is kind of helpful and kind of not. So the whole thing, all of it is HTML, okay? Every bit of it is HTML. So the very first line of all of your HTML documents should be always HTML. Okay, there's a caveat to that in the future, but I'll leave it for now. From what you know, everything is, the first line will be HTML and the last line will be closed HTML. Everything in here is HTML. Save. What's going to happen when I refresh? Nothing. It was a semantic change and it allowed the browser to understand what it's reading. Now here's another issue. This title, I want to get on the title of the page up here. Right now it says the URL because I didn't give it a title, but how do I get it up there? Because this is in the page, it just puts it down here in the page. So what I need is kind of like a way to give some like meta information about the page. I don't actually want to put this title in the like main body of the page. I want to put it like up above, up in here, like in, I need to like have a section that gives special information about the page, but that isn't actually part of the document body yet. So as you're thinking about this, if you're really, really clever, you're probably imagining what the name of that tag is. And you're probably imagining something like there's a tag named document that you put around the entire document, open document, close document. And then you have another tag that you would call something like, if you're making this up, what would you come up with? Maybe you're imagining it's called something like meta. If you had any thought along those lines, you are absolutely brilliant. If you didn't, that's okay. You might still be brilliant. But you wouldn't know what the actual names of the elements are. But if you guessed, that's pretty good. So what the actual names of the elements are, it's not document and meta. What it is to indicate that this is the document body, the element name is body. And you put this body element, you put this body tag, command cut, command paste, or control cut, control paste, around the entire document body. So it doesn't go, don't put it behind this HTML because the body element, the body of the document is part of the HTML, right? So and also it wouldn't fit together right because this body element starts after this. They need to be nested inside. This body is a child of this HTML tag. So this now tells the computer that all of this from the end of the body tag to the beginning of the closed body tag is the document body. Now we save it and it doesn't quite make a change yet because there's actually syntax error. This is outside of the body. There's the second element that we put in, or second tag, and we call this head. This is head information. It's like header information that goes it's not actually in the document. It's like up above it, like just like hidden. This is where you put all the information on the page that's hidden that relates to the entire page. Okay, so it's kind of like how in a person, the head contains all the knowledge and everything. This is the knowledge that applies to the entire page. Now if we save this and refresh, it's still not working. Why isn't it working? Because we have to indicate what type of head information this is. Now the correct way to do this is with, if we're going to give it a title, and by the way, you can always do this and see what HTML is available to you. I did the open caret key and I stopped. And now this shift edit, because it's a syntax highlighting and it's an HTML editor, it's given me some suggestions that are kind of appropriate to this area. So, which one is it? I wanted it to be the title. There it is. So I can actually click that and it fills in title for me. Now I need to finish typing it, close, and then stop title. Now the page will work. Now it will work. Save. This should disappear, and watch up here when I refresh. There it is, Brenton's page. So now if you've been going along with this and fixing up your page as you go, it's okay if you didn't get it all ahead of time. It wasn't like a test. But if you've got it now, get your page to do all of this stuff, you've completed the project. This is a huge monumental step. You've gone from somebody who didn't know what HTML was, how to save a web page, how to make a web page, to somebody who's writing HTML and creating a web page on the internet. This is a real web page in every sense. It has HTML, it's on its own domain, it's being served over the internet, publicly available through HTTP, it's coded, it's semantic. You are a web maker. And if you stop taking the course now, you would have the foundational knowledge that would put you 10 steps above most people who don't know any of this stuff already.